that's pretty much it for the informational session. Except at the end, they allow you to schedule your phone interview, which they called Disney, and they allowed each person to say when they wanted their phone interview. You get to pick the day and the time, but you have to make sure you have about a half an hour of time to available this way, because that's how long your phone's gonna, the interview is gonna take. Mine took 20 minutes, and at that, when I went, Disney was actually, not available, so they just took down all of our phone numbers and they called us, and that's when we made it our scheduling. It was not the phone interview, it was to schedule it. And then they will call you at the time that you said to call for the phone interview. The phone interview, like I said, be confident and knowledgeable about everything. Know what it is exactly you want to do, what role you want to play, or the job you want to have, and make sure you have your number one chosen. My number one was attractions, and I ended up getting that. On the application, it says you can choose as many roles as you like. Don't choose them all, because, I mean, you do have, like, a position that a janitor would have, and nobody really wants to do that. But definitely make it known which ones you would like to have for when you're at your phone interview, if you prefer one more over the other. Obviously, I've seen YouTube videos that people did fast food, like this quick service, and you didn't enjoy it too much. I used to work for A&W, and pretty much it's going to be like that. It's not really much of Disney. It's more just so fast food working. So that's why I definitely wanted attractions, because you're in the excitement. So about other things about the phone interview, they will ask you questions like, what if this happened, or what would you do if this situation came up? And for me, the question they asked me, they said, what if there was, it had to do with attractions. They said, what if there was a little kid that was below the height requirement and wanted to ride the ride? What would you do? And I said, oh, wow, I've never had that situation before, but I guess I would do it this way. I'm not going to tell you my answer, because they probably wouldn't like it if they saw this video. But just answer it the best you can. And I was actually busy at the time I had my phone interview. I was in the middle of babysitting, and my nephew was crawling all over the floor. And in the middle of the question, I got worried because I lost my train of thought trying to watch my nephew. And I even told him, I was like, I'm trying to babysit right now, so just work with me. And they said, oh, no, it's okay. So they were very nice about it, and it didn't hurt me, so that was great. And they will give you a chance to ask questions. And then at the end, they told me that they were definitely recommending me. So that was very good. If they tell you that, you pretty much probably have it. But just try and act excited, act completely nice, don't sound dead. You know, I mean, if I was doing a phone interview for someone to work in my place and they sounded just like this, and they sounded really boring, I would not hire them. You know, so you gotta sound upbeat, like you're excited, but sound mature as well. You know, don't get don't overdo it. And then they tell you, I think the time was about 28 days or something like that, 3 weeks or so, that they would give you a notification. I've heard that other people had to wait longer than that. Personally, it was like right on the nose. They let me know right away. Some people get a letter in the mail, and it can either be a rejection letter, which means you didn't get in, or a pending letter, which means they're still deciding on whether or not they would want you. Personally, I got a phone call, and they said that I was accepted, and then they gave me an email, and within, I believe, 2 weeks, you had to accept or decline the offer. And at the time of exception, which I ended up doing like a day before it was due, was because you have your money is due at that time. $100 is due when you accept, because that is for the events that take place, because they do give you like a dance and like a pool party type of deal for all the interns. So that's what the $100 goes towards. And then if you live in their apartments, the first month of rent is due, and I will be living in their apartments, so I also had to do that. And of course, depending on whether you're going to Disney World or Disneyland, and how many people are in your apartment will depend on how much you pay per month. In Disneyland, everything is the same. Everybody gets 4 people to an apartment, so it's all the same per week. So that was due, and they told me, they said I was accepted. The funny thing is, like, I got accepted in February or March. Yeah, I had the phone interview in February, and I got accepted in March. And then, like 2 months later, they called me again saying, "Hi, you're accepted. We can't tell you what job you'll have because it's so late." And I'm like, I was already accepted. And they're like, "Oh, let's pretend this never happened." So I was like, okay. But, that's pretty much it for this vlog. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below, and I will try and answer them the best I can, or I will even put them in a future vlog, and I will have many more vlogs to come. So, if I do one more vlog before I go, which is in mid-August, it will be on packing, because they will give me a 2-week letter of information that I will need to know. So if you want to know anything about packing, tell me about that, and then I'll try and let you know about that too. So, if not, I'll do it the first week I'm there. I leave August 18th, and I'm going by plane, so I can't take much with me. So, I'll let you know, like, what you need to pack with you and what you need to buy there and buy before you go. So, I guess I'll see you then. Bye.